Hello and welcome to Blockchain Game Reviews presented by your host CryptosChain. In this video, we'll be looking at a game called Dissolution, powered by Enjin coin. Those of you that follow Enjin know what I'm talking about, and those of you that are into blockchain gaming are gonna love this. This is what the community has been waiting for. A lot of us have been waiting for this. I personally have been doing a lot of reviews on blockchain gaming, and I wasn't really satisfied with a lot of the games I've reviewed because of the graphics. That is the main problem with blockchain gaming. With Dissolution, this has been sorted. This is what we're seeing. This is the latest technology that they're using with Unity, and we're going to get right in right away just so you can see what it's all about. And the link to the game is going to be in the description below the video. Okay, so just click on that to access it and view it for yourself. It is in alpha at the moment. It's not the full version, but apparently you can play with a lot of the features as normal. Now, so let's see, as we can see on dissolution.online, so this is how the website looks like here. There's the play now button down at the bottom here, which is kind of covering me. Okay, so you can't really see it. Okay, there we go. Okay, the development stages. Dissolution is a highly ambitious project with an overall estimated development time of 5 years. So basically they're saying what this type of game is all about. So there's going to be 3 stages: the tactical shooter, the combined arms, and the open world. So it is an MMORPG game, okay? Multiplayer online role-playing game for those of you that are not aware, and it's a shooter as well. So it is kind of a sci-fi shooter, Battlestar Galactica type of thing, but it is comparable with EVE Online, and we're going to be looking at that right away when we go to the About section. So let's go to the story here so that we can talk about it, and this is opening up now, so give it a moment. Okay, so what is Dissolution? So Dissolution set in our solar system 400 years into the future after a war between humanity and AI. Okay, so this is really interesting. The whole plot, the whole story behind this game is all about this. And apparently there's an interplanetary defense force, the IPDF, which are outside of the Earth, right? They're basically in the solar system. And they've got bases, so you've got all these different spaceships, okay, where they all reside on. So that's basically how it is. And you can choose to be a robber if you want, okay, and you can kill and terrorize players, but you can also be part of the IPDF, okay, so you can choose between the two. This is really good because you do get these kind of stuff in different games, right? You get the bad guys and the good guys. So we need to have this kind of functionality to keep the momentum going and get people playing, right? Because this is the whole point. So players will be allowed a great deal of freedom and personal choice in how they play the game. You'll be able to purchase properties, vehicles, weapons, trade stocks, and bonds. And this is important because we're talking about blockchain gaming, and you know NFTs are involved, right? So non-fungible tokens. If you're not aware of non-fungible tokens, it's basically a unique item which is tokenized on the blockchain, okay? So it's unique, nobody can duplicate it, and it has a value, of course, because in every game these kind of items have a value, except normally we're talking about in-game currency. For this specific game, the currency is also going to be a token on the Ethereum blockchain, just like Enjin coin is, of course, and it's going to be tradable on exchanges at some point, maybe not straight away, but at some point. So if you read through this information here, it basically tells you all that. And it tells you that you could become a trader and so on, or a hunter, a gun for hire, or a pirate. So there are basically different jobs that you can take. And this is how it looks. I mean, look at these graphics, absolutely amazing. And I'm going to be playing a short clip in a while just to show you. But let's move on to the blockchain section quickly to show you what this is all about. Okay, so they're talking about the Ethereum integration here, okay, and why they decided to go with Ethereum. Okay, obviously because Enjin coin is on Ethereum, and Enjin have a software development toolkit to allow developers to use the game engine Unity to develop on, right? So this is the whole reason why it's on Ethereum, but we're going to be seeing these kind of games on multiple blockchains. We already are seeing them. It's just that the graphics really suck. So Enjin are, up until now, Enjin are doing the best that they can, right? Luckily, our Enjin integration mitigates this effect for non-crypto players. And basically in this section here, they're basically specifying that you can move between off-chain on the server side for item storage or on-chain. Okay, so if you're one of those traditional gamers that doesn't really understand blockchain and how you can store your items in a wallet, how you can tokenize them and store them in a wallet, well, you can actually store them on the server as well, right? So no harm with that, and you can always swap when you decide to store them in a wallet and you understand how the blockchain works. So that's going to be good, right? Because you've got that option. Now, I think I will need to play this game eventually because it is better explained when you actually play it, right? Because then you can see it in action. But if any of you have already played it, let me know in the comments below. I'm really curious what's your opinion on that. So again, the game currency, like I said, it is going to be tradable on exchanges eventually, not at the beginning. Frequently asked questions. Okay, if we go to this section here, we've got some questions that people have been asking. So what is Dissolution? Of course, the type of game. Okay, it is a free-to-play MMORPG space sim with both infantry, FPS, and ship combat. Set in the 24th century. What does the development cycle look like? So basically around 5 years is what they're estimating, because it's going to be released in 3 main stages. Why use the blockchain? Very, very simple. True ownership of in-game assets, like I've been saying all this time in all of the other blockchain game reviews. The NFTs, this is what it's all about, for a player to own their item so that they can sell it to whomever they want without having to rely on a third party or an escrow that you need to trust. What if that escrow isn't really trusted, right? Then you could lose your item, which may be worth a lot of money. So this is the whole point of ownership and trading on the blockchain. Ease of player monetization, and of course they're mentioning EVE Online and Lineage as well, okay, because these two games are kind of similar to it. And of course real economics, right? So this is what it's all about, collectability of rare items by limiting their supply in game. And of course this will strengthen the lore and overall immersion of a title. Blockchains also provide players the freedom to interact with other players without the use of a centralized third party. And then they're basically telling you here how the in-game rewards work. Okay, you're gonna have the DIS and the LP. This is the in-game currency, okay, which you can purchase anything in our store up front. Players can earn this by playing PvP, which is player versus player, or player versus enemy, and eventually trading and mining in the MMORPG stage of the game, which can be withdrawn as an ERC20 and stored in your wallet. Okay, so if you're not familiar with blockchain, you do need to check out some information on that. You need to understand how you can store your tokens in a wallet, but if you are familiar, then this is going to be very easy for you. LP stands for loyalty points. They're awarded to players and they can be traded as well, right? They can be, actually they will never be redeemable again because these are reset every season. Okay, so you can get seasonal time limited items and skins on a milestone. Okay, so this is what the loyalty points are all about. It's kind of like when you're playing those games and you're achieving some milestone. Like for example, let's say you level up to from level 1 to level 50, you achieve a milestone. So that's kind of like a loyalty point, right? Because there's usually a bar which grows, and as you progress, that bar increases until you reach that milestone, and then you're awarded. So this is the whole point of this, of loyalty points, pretty much. Then the updates, the roadmap. So let's look at the roadmap, and actually it sends you to a different website. And it basically tells you what they're going to do here. This is like a development kind of roadmap, right? That you see like in a company, right, on the board. Let's close out of this. Flight animations, weapon lag, spectator mode, difficulty, item pickup link, asteroids, mainnet deployment, engine integration 3 out of 3, and so on. So this is pretty much what this is all about. And let's move on back here again. Community, they do have Telegram and Discord. Again, links are going to be in the description, so do check them out. Okay, also a link to my CryptoSchain community channel on Telegram. Do join that if you're interested. I do announce any giveaways I do, and I do want to announce again that I'm going to do a Bolt giveaway in September. Do check out my Bolt review video at the end of this video. If you have some time to check it out, I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to take part in that giveaway, of course, I'm giving away 5,000 Bolt tokens. Then there's the store that you can see here, and the account information, of course, to log in. So this is pretty much how it is, pretty straightforward. And the last thing I want to cover is the team, and actually the company's name is Garage Studios, and they haven't only developed Dissolution, but they had started with High Roll, which is now discontinued. So then they decided to move on and work on Dissolution. This was supposed to be a gambling game, okay? Okay, let's go. So yeah, basically the team is quite small, as you can see here. Houston S, who's actually really active on their Telegram channel. You can ask him any sort of questions. He'll answer you straight away. Adam M, who's a co-founder as well and also lead programmer, marketing director. So it's a small team of guys, right? And a backend programmer as well. So I'm not sure if it's just these two guys developing. I just find it hard to believe that only two guys are developing. I think they're getting some help from other community members, because for this sort of game, to have only two people developing is not so straightforward to create, right? No matter how good you are as a developer. This is from my perspective, right? I'm a database developer and I'm not a game developer, but from my perspective, this is the type of game which is really complex, really hard to create. So I think that they are getting external help as well, or maybe their team is a little bit bigger and they're only showing a few people here in the team, like the core team. So yes, that's pretty much it. I really like this game. But before I end it, I actually want to play a clip just so you can see it. So do check it out now. Let's see. Okay, so this is the clip that I'm going to be playing here. So let's watch. This is very short. It's basically of the gameplay. Okay, it's a bit slow loading, but here it is.
Feels like centuries ago. We created power. Greater than ourselves. You start to forget. But you should remember. What we did. What we endured. What's left?
So yeah, that was it. Let's close out of this. That was it. Let me know what you think. What's your opinion? What's your opinion of this game? Leave a comment below. And I want to remind you once again, don't forget to take part in that giveaway, Bolt giveaway. Check out the Bolt video. And of course, I want to end this video with question of the day. What is it that you truly desire? This is a really powerful question, which actually somebody asked me on Telegram today, and I found it really interesting that somebody would just ping you and ask you this question. So I thought I'm going to ask you, the viewer, this same question. Let me know in the comments below. What is it that you truly desire? Thank you very much for watching the video. Catch you next time. Bye bye.